So what's up, guys? It's your favorite nurse, Nurse B. I'm back with another video. Today's video is about the pros and cons of being an LPN. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and just watch and learn. If you don't want to watch it regularly, you can go to the settings and speed it up, but you still don't miss the message that I'm trying to give you. So make sure you just pay attention and hit that subscribe button. So obviously, if you're still here, then you're interested in what I have to say. So like I said, this video is about the pros and cons of being an LPN. So we're going to start off with the pros. Of course, the first thing is money. Of course, money. Why not? Of course, money isn't everything, but you do gotta have it. So, you starting off what, 20 plus as a LPN? I mean, that beats like probably what you're making now. Let's just be honest. And especially like for the younger generation who is still in high school, and like if you go and get your LPN like fresh out of high school, that's like what, a year and a half. And if you were in high school and actually like paid attention and was passing your classes and stuff, like when you go to apply for it, you might not even need prereqs. You might be able to take that compass test or whatever test, the placement test, depending on what school it is you're at. You might be able to take that placement test and just go straight to the LPN classes without even needing prereqs. You know what I'm saying? So let's say you like what, 19, 20, coming out making 20 plus an hour. I mean, come on now. Like if you are, if you can really like budget and stack your money, like that's building financial security for yourself, like at a super young age. So, just a little motivation. Right. So 2 would be tuition. Tuition for LPN school is, of course, cheaper than RN school, right? Of course. So, if you are one of those people who like, you're trying to hurry up and get a career, you're trying to hurry up and start something, and you can't go to RN school for 2 years, or, depending on how many prereqs you need, it might be longer than 2 years. So if you're one of those people, then LPN is the route. Like, it just is. So of course, LPN school is less school, you finish faster, and you get to the money quicker, right? Okay. So, and especially like it comes in handy, like if you got kids, you got financial responsibilities, you got stuff that needs to be handled and taken care of. You might not be able to go to school to get their RN right now. The LPN might be what's going to work for you. So you got to do what's best for you. And, that's part of the reason why I went straight to LPN instead of RN. Now, granted, if I didn't have enough kids and I didn't have any obligations or that many responsibilities, then I would have went straight for my RN. But, when I got accepted into LPN school, I had 2 kids, and on top of that, being in LPN school and actually having another baby. So, you gotta do what's best for you. At the time, I needed to get to the money. I couldn't wait to go to RN school. I couldn't, afford to go to school longer. Like I needed to, go to school, get an education, make a career, making good money as fast as possible. So, if you like me, then go ahead. Now, if you one of them people who are blessed, and we all blessed, okay? But if you're one of those people who are, you don't have any financial obligations, you don't have that many responsibilities, you can go to school for 2.5 years and be okay. And, you can, so do that. If you can do that, go straight for your RN. I encourage anybody to do that. If you can go straight to your RN, then do that. But if you can't, get your LPN, experience, like if you go get your LPN first, you are laying down like that nursing foundation, like being an LPN first. So if you go get your LPN first and then go to RN school, of course you have more experience, you when you get to RN school, some of the stuff they might not even know how to do, you already done, you know, so you kind of, it gives you a little more, kind of gives you a head start, a little, you know, a little leap ahead of like the other RNs who may not have the experience, who might not even, you know, who's never been it. You know, it's a lot of RNs that go to school who's never even worked in the healthcare field. So you got to do what's best for you, like I said. But hey, oh, another thing, like, yeah, I just feel like it lays down a nursing foundation. Being an LPN first. Like, I was a CNA before I became an LPN, and I just feel like me being a CNA before I became an LPN helped me out in tremendous ways. Like, you know, some of the things I had to do as an LPN, I had already done before as a CNA, or maybe I helped some of the nurses that I work with do it, or, you know, they might have known I was in nurse school and kind of, you know, was there with me while we do stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it just, you know, it gives you a head start. It gives you a boost in front and ahead of like all the other nurses who may not even worked in the healthcare field before they even got into school. So, you know, that's another plus. Okay, number 4 is like job security. Like, if you type in LPN on any hire, you know what I'm saying, any website, like search engine, like Indeed, you know, the other ones. But anyway, you know, if you type in on any search engine, hiring LPNs, 1,000 jobs gonna come up because there's always a job. You're a nurse. And I know people always say, well, they doing away with LPNs. LPNs ain't gonna be here that long. No, they not. LPNs not going nowhere. You want to know why? Because we're nurses too. LPNs are not going, everyone is not an RN. So, of course, LPN's not going nowhere. Like, there's always a job. So don't ever let that get into your head when people, they've been saying that for years, and LPN still exists. If that was the case, why are they still accepting people in the LPN school? Just saying. But yeah, like, job security, like, you gonna have, you got a job, you know, all the time. And then it's just like, just to be honest, like, a RN doesn't want to do an LPN job. Like, a RN doesn't want to push a cart in a nursing home, which some of them do, but a lot of them don't. And I'm not saying that to bash, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, once you go to school for your RN, you don't want to do an LPN's job. Like, once you go to school for your LPN, you don't want to do a CNA's job. And that's not me looking down or being negative. That's just saying that, you know, I've accomplished that, and you know, so I want to do what I don't want the school to do. I mean, just being realistic. I mean, like I said, I was a CNA before I became an LPN, so I'm just saying. So therefore, you know, there's always a job available. That's a pro right there. You know, you never got to worry about a job. You're a nurse. Okay, so let's talk about the cons though, right? The con number 1. And this is my problem, okay? You get comfortable. Like, you get too comfortable. You get too comfortable in making money. You get too comfortable in the lifestyle that you have right now. You know, you making money, you living. I mean, school gets put on the back burner. Like, once you go to LPN school first, getting your RN gets put on the back burner, especially when you got kids and you got a whole family, you got life, and you got all these other things going on. School just get put on the back burner, and you know, I'm guilty of that. Like, it really does. It gets put on the back burner. Like, I'm gonna be a nurse now for what, 4 years this year? I got to go back and get my RN, but I mean, you just get so caught up in life that you keep putting it off, and you keep putting it off. And you keep putting it off. Like, one of the nurses one of the nurses, she used to be my ADON. She was like, it took her 12 years to go back to school after she had LPN. I'm like, how? But once I finished nursing school and start working, I see how, because them years fly by like that. Like, you don't even realize it. So that's my mission. Get back in school and get the RN before year 5, okay? For real. But another con is LPNs being limited to certain jobs. Like I said, most jobs that LPN have are probably in a nursing home. Like, you may get in some clinics and stuff like that, but the pay probably is not all that. The nursing home is probably going to pay you the most, but like I said, you are limited to that. Sorry, My daughter interrupted me. Okay, but anyway, like I said, LPNs are limited to certain jobs. There are certain jobs that LPNs cannot apply for because we're not qualified for it, That, of course, but you know that when you go to LPN school, they tell you all that in school that, it's going to be certain things that we can do that RNs can do. We know that. So that's one thing. LPNs, of course, are going to make less than RNs sometimes, because I ran into a few instances where the LPNs and RN probably have made the same, or I might make more. Like RNs go to the hospital when they're new grads. An LPN new grad might make more in a nursing home than their RN is making at the hospital. I'm just saying. But most of the time, RNs are gonna make more than LPNs, which we know that when we go into nursing school. Of course, they tell us all that. I think I'm on number 4. This is number 4. Okay. RNs have more advantages over LPN. So say if it's a job that's hiring and it says LPN or RN, of course they're going to go with the RN first, because the RN, is supposedly to have more, experience or more schooling than what than what an LPN does. But I'm not going to say experience, because sometimes that's not the case either. But, RNs can do more than what LPNs can. LPNs are limited to certain things. Like, we can't draw blood and all that in the state of Alabama, which different states are different. But technically, stuff like that. Unless you IV certified or phlebotomist or something like that. But I'm just saying. So they do have more advantages over job opportunities than us. Unless it's just a job opportunity where an LPN might have, a specialty, in that job, and might have experience in that job. Now, if that's the case, and it's an RN that's brand new and fresh out of school, the LPN will probably get the job over the RN, just because the LPN, has done that before and specializes in that field, versus a new RN grad who's fresh out of school, who really doesn't have any experience in anything. So, in that case, then the LPN probably would get the job over RN, but more than likely, the RNs are going to take the advantage of the LPNs, and that's just the way it is, But at the end of the day, we are all nurses. CNAs, LPNs, RNs, we all work hand in hand. We all need each other, at some point. So, hey, you just have to be, confident in yourself and mindful in yourself. They're like, hey, if you want to go get your LPN, then you do that. If you want to go get your RN first, then you do that. Whatever you choose to do, it's on you. Everybody is different. Everybody does not operate the same. So those are my pros and cons about being an LPN. And I mean, hey, if you got any questions, comments, you want to put your 2 cents in, then hey, drop it down below. You got any videos you want me to talk about, then drop it down below in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video and share it. Share it. Show some support. Y'all show support for all the negative stuff. But for real though, y'all know how people do. They'll share everything negative in the book, but when they see somebody trying to do something, don't nobody want to share it, because don't nobody want to see nobody doing better than the next person. I hate it, but that's how some people are, and I'm gonna pray for anybody who got that spirit in them like that. But yeah, y'all, let me just show y'all my love. They cute for real. You really can't even hate them. They need to be retwisted, but it's a process. Wait till I get that retwist though. They're gonna be like. But no, for real, hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see y'all next time when I'm back with another video.